Alrighty, good afternoon, Miss Allen. I just wanted to get you a quick update on the house before we hit the holiday break here. We're going to be off Thursday and Friday, and then we're coming back to work on Monday. So hopefully the house looks a lot different than the last video update that we sent you. I know last time we were pretty much towards the end of framing, just trying to get through the framing process here, but we've had a lot happen since then. We've got the rough ends completed, we got the house wrap completed, which is what you see here with the Typar wrap. These guys are also up there on the roof working on the shingles up there. This little portion right here is going to be metal. That's actually not going to get done until a few weeks later on down the road after we get the house painted. But what I want to do is I want to get you inside, kind of show you the rough ends and what you're going to be looking forward to looking at when we actually come through and walk the house during your build quality orientation. So without further ado, we're going to bring you inside. Hopefully you can still hear me with the music going on in there, but we're going to come in right through the main house entry here and just do kind of a grand tour. What I like to do is kind of give you a 360 throughout the entire house here. This is also going to be a very, very good reference video for you. If you ever need to know what's going on behind your sheetrock, essentially, you can refer back to this video and you can kind of see everything that you got going on behind your sheetrock. If you ever want to do some custom work in the house, you know exactly where all these water lines and everything are going to be, kind of how the electrical and everything is ran. So definitely save this one. I'm not gonna bore you with too much information as we're walking through the house right now, just because, like I said, we're gonna be doing that build quality orientation where we're pretty much gonna be reviewing all this information all over again. So, like I said, this video right here is essentially just for your reference. Probably wondering what that's all about. They went up there and filled the DWV on that second floor, so they pressurized those lines. One of those fittings is just loose up there, so they're going to come back and tighten that up for me so I can repressurize those lines. It's actually part of the rough end inspection that we do, so we want to make sure the underground plumbing, again, this is the second time we test that underground plumbing. We want to make sure that we don't have any leaks in that underground plumbing. We also test the above ground plumbing at this point in time. So those lines are pressurized, and that is an inspectable item today during the rough end inspection. This is that fireplace here. Got a lot of stuff going on in there. You got those low voltage options that you selected at the build quality introduction. I don't know how often you come by the house, if you ever walk through the house and you've seen my writing on the floor. So basically what I do prior to them even coming in to do rough ends at all, I go through the entire house and I mark the slab for all the options that you've selected in each one of these rooms as far as the structurals or things that involve rough ends. So I want to make sure that they get all the parts and pieces installed to be able to complete those rough ends. So I just kind of come through and spell everything out for them. Right now we're looking over here into the kitchen. One of the biggest checklist items I always want to make sure we have in the kitchen is those little pieces of wood right there. For that canopy hood assembly, that is vital that we get that installed at this point in time to make sure that when we go to hang that canopy hood, we got some real estate back there to actually screw off to. So it's one of my big checklist items that I always look for. You got that little storage closet right here. All right, we're gonna take you upstairs. Talk about punch work. Stuff like this is the type of stuff that I'm looking for at this point in time. So that's actually the nosing to the stairs there. So when they come to finish the stairs, that's one of those items. I'll have Steer come in and actually replace that nosing on the stairs so it's not actually cracked like you see it. Going to the laundry room here, I'll show you that DWV that I was talking about. So it's just this little guy right here. This little fitting right here is loose, so it's just leaking some water. So we want to make sure they tighten that up and then repressurize those lines. So during the inspection, we make sure that there's no leaks anywhere else. But this is the laundry room here. Looking over here into the loft. Take you into the master bedroom here, again with the tray ceiling option, so you see that installed up here. These guys will be in here most of the day, probably just working on punch work for me. We got the master bath here with the super shower. Looking over here into the water closet, and then on into your master closet here. Switch sides, we'll come over to the other side of the house, look at the 2 guest bedrooms over here. A couple more bathrooms to look at. This is that DWV right here. They pressurize that, and that is how we repressurize those underground plumbing lines, and that is the second test that we perform on those lines there. The other one we looked at over there is for the above ground. Main gas line coming into the house. You also see the other half of that down there in the garage. And last but not least, the last guest bedroom here with the bathroom. Alrighty, so that's pretty much a grand tour of the house, and like I said, that's kind of what we've been working on this week, just trying to get through rough ends. We're on for the big bad rough end inspection today, so hopefully they don't roll it on us. I know the holidays are kind of affecting the inspection schedule, so they may roll the rough end inspection to Monday, but we're just kind of waiting on the word from the town of Bluffton to see what they're going to do. But we do have it scheduled today, so we'll see if they come to inspect the house. If not, they'll do the inspection Monday. We'll see if they have any deficiencies for us to fix. And then hopefully next week we'll be working on insulation and maybe stocking some sheetrock in here. So once we get through sheetrock, the house definitely changes personalities. We'll also get you in here for the build quality orientation prior to sheetrock. So stand by. I'll be reaching out to schedule a time for you, hopefully maybe sometime next week, to get you in here and see the house before sheetrock goes up. Other than that, if you have any questions, as always, feel free to reach out to me, call, text, shoot me an email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Most likely it would be Monday. We will be off Thursday and Friday, but definitely looking forward to meeting you out here for the orientation if you can make it. Other than that, that's all I got for you this week. I'll see you on the next update.